Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now I apologise for no streams over the last few days. I was away. There won't be any streams this weekend either, but everything will be back to normal on Monday, streaming tonight and tomorrow morning. But last night we got the Clone Trooper Customization community transmission. There are a few things that were confusing but now have been clarified, so I'm quite glad I'm actually redoing this video now. This was my third try, but every time I've just learned something new, so it's great to know the full information, so I'm going to get it all out into you now. But firstly, shinies will now be the default appearance instead of the current Kashyyyk or Naboo clone troopers. The shinies will include the Republic Naval Officer skin, and obviously we get the introduction of Clone Trooper Armoured Officers, which is great. So the current default appearances will be free to unlock, and they will now be known as the 41st Ranger Platoon and the 181st Armour Division. So the 181st is the Naboo, and the 41st Ranger Platoon is the Kashyyyk, which is pretty cool because it's almost like a subdivision of the 41st Elite Corps, which is great. But yeah, there was a bit of confusion because there was the 87th Sentinel Corps as well. But it seems that either that could just be a new Legion that's coming out later in the year. I highly doubt that, honestly. I think that was going to be the original name for the 41st Platoon, but it got renamed essentially and was left in the CT. So I think that might have been a bit of a late decision that wasn't taken out. But I don't know, there was a bit of confusion about that, but I think that has hopefully cleared this up now. But basically this update brings a bunch of clone reworks as well, so all of the current clone legions are going to be getting completely redone in terms of the way they look. Well, not completely, sorry, but just additions here and there, which is great to see. You'll understand a little bit more as I go into the video, but the 91st clone legion will now have a new helmet, so this will probably be Commander Neo's Bark Speeder helmet, which is going to be great to see. So there's a bit more immersive there, which is awesome. But you will now be able to choose whether you want to play as Phase 1 or Phase 2 on any of the Clone Wars maps. So essentially, on Kashyyyk, I could play as the Phase 1 212 Florence 2. You know, a lot of people are complaining about this, saying it's immersion breaking, all this stuff, which, yeah, okay, it is, but, like, firstly, come on, it's a game. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate. And secondly, you're seeing Kylo Ren fight clone troopers on Kashyyyk. Like, how much more cannon breaking do you want to get? You know, it doesn't really matter that much, guys. I know it might suck because you want it to be like full cannon representation, but you know, that's all I've got to say to it, to be honest. Like, it's nothing too drastic. But what's kind of great in this new update as well is that all 4 classes will be visually different in terms of the actual Legion design. So this will, whilst obviously stay true to their clone legions. So if you look here at the Phase 2 Wolfpack, you can already see that these are different in, like, each class is different. So mainly the officer and specialist, they've got the biggest difference for sure. But that's kind of what I was referring to earlier on in the video, that they've all kind of got updates, which is great. You know, as mentioned before, we've obviously now got armoured clone officers coming as well. The current naval officer will be free to unlock with the shinies default appearance, which is going to be cool. So regarding clone legions, due to the current changes, we've now got 2 additional clone legions, or well, 3, I guess, if you want to count the, yeah, I guess 3 if you want to count the shinies. But essentially, the Naboo is now the 181st Armour Division, as stated before, as well as the Kashyyyk being the 41st Ranger Platoon, again, as stated before. But we've now got 10 clone legions fully. There won't be any Kashyyyk scout troopers at all, but essentially the legions will be shinies are going to be default: 501st, 327th, 91st, Wolfpack, 212th, Coruscant Guard, 41st Elite Corps, 181st Armored Division, and lastly the 41st Ranger Platoon. So a lot of customization and choice to go through, all Phase 1, Phase 2, Armoured Officers, all that stuff. So it's going to be great to have this variation and changes coming to the game. I'm really looking forward to it, honestly. It's going to be awesome. The 181st and the 41st Ranger Platoon are going to be free to unlock, which is great. But yeah, to our knowledge, the 87th Sentinel Corps, Jay has literally just tweeted out here to me saying that He believes that the 81st are just initial names for one of the default clone legions, but to his knowledge, he's not 100% sure. So still a bit in the air about this, but I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a previous name. But this update also brings an exchange crate as well. So obviously all of the clone legions are getting updated. So the way it's going to work is that you go into the store and you get this crate for free, of course. All you need to know, guys, is this just updates your current Phase 2 clone legions, because you can now buy Phase 1 and Phase 2 separately, which I'll go into in a second. So they're removing the current clone legions from the game and replacing them with the new ones, essentially. So this will just exchange them for you, which is great. But the clone bundles will, of course, be coming out with the Coruscant Guard and 501st skins as normal. However, instead of 40,000, they will now cost you 60,000. Now, this of course adds the Armoured Officer clones as well as all Phase 1 appearances, because obviously normally it was just that if you're in Kashyyyk or Naboo, it was Phase 2, Camino Geonosis Phase 1. But now that you can change between the two, you essentially, if you've got a clone legion currently, you will only have the Phase 2 variation, but you can get this crate, which I'll mention again later on, which gives you all Phase 1 variations for the current clone legions, all for free, so it's all good. But this new crate this new bundle will allow you to get Phase 1, Phase 2, Coruscant Guard and 501st upcoming. That's now going to cost 60,000, as I said. But of course you can buy each skin individually, so all Phase 2 skins will be rare and cost 20,000, whereas all Phase 1 will be common and cost you 500,000 credits. Crystal wise, the Phase 2 will be 500, or Phase 1 will be 150. But again, it just allows you to choose here. So the free crate I just mentioned before is named the Chosen One crate. So this is mainly aimed at new players, of course, but this is given to everyone, obviously, to make it all fair. But this crate consists of the 41st Ranger Platoon, both Phase 1, Phase 2, so it's obviously the Kashyyyk default appearance, which I don't understand, considering they're free to buy anyway. I don't really get why would you put it in a free crate anyway. It's a bit strange, but hey ho, not complaining. As well as all 4 Phase 1 appearances for the current clone legions, being 41st, 91st, Wolfpack, 200th, 327th. So this will allow you to all your current clone legions. When you get the update, you will only have Phase 2, but getting this free crate will allow you to then go and use the Phase 1 variations of them as well, which is awesome. So to top that crate off as well, it comes with the juicy 60,000 credits as well, which is pretty awesome. It's going to be great to spend that money as well, which is awesome. A lot of costs going into this update, I think, so it should be good to help everyone out. But the last thing to mention really is that the Coruscant Guard and 501st Legions are coming to this game later on this month, obviously in the update. So no image for the Coruscant Guard has been released, but we've got an image of both Phase 1, Phase 2 for the 501st, and I think they look awesome. But summarised as well, as you can see, there's a 91st Trooper here right now. This will now be using their accurate helmet to probably Commander Neo as well. We do see both, but it doesn't really matter. We're getting this new helmet, which is great. I honestly can't wait for this update now. They've really gone above and beyond my expectations for Clone Legions, honestly. I'm excited for next Wednesday, when the update drops, which is February 27th. But let me know your thoughts on the CT, guys. Hopefully this has cleared a few things up. I apologise if I was a little bit confusing here and there. But thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.